Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful Wednesday. Today is the 4th of November, 2020. We are still on Unit 7. You have to do your homework. We are now on Lesson 4. We will focus on so that. We will need your workbook. Please open it to page 42, as well as your pupil's book. Open it and turn it to page 41. This is Miss Marlin, and I will be with you for today's discussion. Here are the lesson objectives. Define vocabulary words. Make sentences using so that. Develop student speaking and writing skill. These are the vocabulary words that you will encounter for today. I will say the word once. Please repeat after me. Accident, hurt, blood, plaster, first aid box, cotton wool, bandage, cream, plastic. Again, these are the words that you will encounter for today. Accident, hurt, blood, plaster, first aid box, cotton wool, bandage, cream, plastic. Accident. An unfortunate incident that happens unexpectedly and unintentionally, typically resulting in damage or injury. Hurt means cause pain or injury to. Blood means the red liquid that circulates in the arteries and veins of humans and other vertebrate animals. First aid box. A box containing equipment needed to give immediate medical help in an emergency. Cotton wool is a soft mass of cotton used especially for applying liquids or creams to your skin. Plaster, an adhesive strip of material for covering cuts and wounds. Bandage, a strip of woven material used to bind up a wound or to protect an injured part of the body. Cream, a smooth, oily substance that is rubbed on the skin for medicinal purposes. Plastic. Plastics are a group of materials, either synthetic or naturally occurring, that may be shaped when soft and then hardened to retain the given shape. Let us recall our lesson so that. So that is used to explain why an action is done. Let's have some examples. First, let's go to the cinema early so that we can get good seats. We use so that because it explains why the action is done. Why should we go early to the cinema? The answer, so that we can get good seats. Next, I'm putting the dish in the oven now so that it'll be ready by 8 o'clock. We use so that because it explains the action, why the action is done. And what's the purpose? So what's the purpose of putting the dish in the oven now? The answer, so that it'll be ready by 8 o'clock. Next example, I open the door so that she could come in. So what is the purpose of opening the door? Or why should he open the door? So that she could come in. Please open your pupil's book to page 41. Number 1, read. Accidents sometimes happen at school. You can see here some of the accidents that might happen to us in school. You hurt your knee, an insect stings you, or probably you cut your finger. So these are examples of accidents that are unavoidable and might happen to us in school. Do you have a first aid box in your school? You can see here a first aid box. It's important to have a first aid box because of accidents like this. Number 2, look, listen, and put a check mark. Please listen to me very well. After, we are going to answer numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We are helping our teacher to make a first aid box for the classroom. First, we have to find a box. This box is good because it's strong. We can wash it and keep it clean. What shall we put in the box? Well, we have to have some cotton wool. Why do we have to have cotton wool? So that we can wash the cut and stop the blood. Yes, that's right. 2 packets of white cotton wool is good. Next, we have to put some plasters in the box. Let's have a packet of big plasters and a packet of smaller plasters. Do we have to have some bandages? Yes, we do. And we have to have some pins too. We have to put a pair of scissors in the box. Why? So that we can cut the bandages. That's right. The small pair of scissors is fine. Last of all, we have to have some cream. This is antiseptic cream. We put it on a cut. Why? So that the cut is clean. Good. And this is insect cream. If a bee stings you, we can put this on the sting. Alright, so let's do now number 2. So number 1, a box. 2, cotton wool. 3, we have to have some plasters. 4, we also have to include bandages and pins in the first aid kit. And also, we must put these small scissors inside. And lastly, creams. So again, in a first aid box, we have to put cotton wool, plasters, bandages and pins, small scissors, and creams. Number 3, listen again and finish the sentences. We are helping our teacher to make a first aid box for the classroom. First, we have to find a box. This box is good because it's strong. We can wash it and keep it clean. What shall we put in the box? Well, we have to have some cotton wool. Why do we have to have cotton wool? So that we can wash the cut and stop the blood. Yes, that's right. 2 packets of white cotton wool is good. Next, we have to put some plasters in the box. Let's have a packet of big plasters and a packet of smaller plasters. Do we have to have some bandages? Yes, we do. And we have to have some pins too. We have to put a pair of scissors in the box. Why? So that we can cut the bandages. That's right. The small pair of scissors is fine. Last of all, we have to have some cream. This is antiseptic cream. We put it on a cut. Why? So that the cut is clean. Good. And this is insect cream. If a bee stings you, we can put this on the sting. Okay, so let's answer now number 3. The box has to be plastic so that, what do you think is the purpose? Why does it have to be plastic? We can wash it. Next, number 2, we have to have cotton wool so that, so what is the purpose of having cotton wool in our first aid kit? The purpose is we can stop the blood. 3, we have to have scissors so that, what is the purpose of putting scissors in the first aid box? So we can cut the bandages. And number 4, we have to put cream on the cut so that, the purpose of including cream on our first aid kit is it will be clean. Look and write. Please open your workbook and turn to page 42. Number 1, finish the sentences. Use the words in the box. So these are the words in the box so that you can hear the film, so that you don't fall over it, so that I can put your food on it, so that you don't get hurt, so that the plane is tidy, and so that you sit in the right seat. So number 1, please wear a seat belt so that you don't get hurt. Number 2, please put your bag under your seat. What do you think is the purpose of putting the bag under the seat while we are in the plane? So that you don't fall over it. Number 3, look at your seat number so that you sit in the right seat. This is very important. Number 4, she will give you some earphones. What is the purpose of the flight attendant giving us earphones? So that you can hear the film. Number 5, put rubbish in the bin so that the plane is tidy. Number 6, please put your table down so that I can put your food on it. We move on to number 2, check and write. What do you have to have in your school bag and why? So you have here the pictures of what we have to put inside our school bag. So number 1 is already given. It's a ruler. I have to have a ruler in my school bag so that I can draw lines. So what else do you think that we have to have in our school bag? And state the purpose. I have to have a pen so that I can write on my book and copybook. Next one, the crayons. I have to have crayons so that I can color on my book. Next is the English book. I have to have my English book so that I can do the activities. And of course, lastly, my homework. I have to have my English homework so that I can have it checked by my teacher. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. Please click on lesson 5 to view the next lesson.